As I begin this video, my first comment may sound a little odd because I'm going to tell you to make yourself number one. Put priority on your own interest number one. Now, I know that sounds a little selfish at first, but follow me through and you'll understand. Let me use the airplane and oxygen mask analogy. When you're on an airplane and they're explaining to you what to do if the oxygen mask happens to fall down, if there's a situation where you're going to need it, they tell you to put it on yourself first before you start trying to help other people second. Because if you try to help other people, and you pass out before you can help yourself, you're of no use to anyone and may very well die in the process. And so when I tell you to look out for yourself, number one, I do not mean it in a selfish way. What I'm saying is you will be the best help to other people if you have been a good steward of your own time and energy and your life. That's an important thing. Also, Matthew 6:33 says, seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. So you're going to put your spirituality first. Because if you don't put it first, if you put God second, then you're going to hell. And if you end up in eternal ruin, that is not doing yourself right, and that wasn't doing anybody else right when you were supposed to let your light so shine before men that they can see your good works and glorify your Father. So not only did you ruin your own life, but you ruined other people in the process by setting a bad example. So when I tell you to look out for yourself, number one, I'm saying be the best Christian you know how to be. That will take care of all your interest here and over there on the other side, and will also set a good example for those people that you love and you want to see succeed also. Philippians 2 verse 3 and 4 tells us to look out not only for our own interest, but also the interest of others. Again, we're talking about a balance here. And so when you look out for your interest and you take care of yourself so that you have the energy, the resources, the time, so that you can help somebody else, that's wonderful. But it's so easy to get out of balance, right? It's so easy to get so caught up in doing everything everybody else wants that you don't have time for yourself. You know, Paul worried about that a little bit in 1 Corinthians 9 and 27, where he said he disciplined his body and brought it into subjection, lest after he had taught others, there's his helping other people, he himself would be disqualified. He didn't want to neglect himself in the process of helping other people. I think that's fantastic. That's wonderful stuff. So you're going to look at the devil and you're going to go, no, you got some bunch of snake oil and car salesman stuff or something. I don't know what to call it, but you know what I'm saying. You look at the devil and go, I don't need any of that. I don't want any of that. It is not worth my time and effort to be messing with you. No, I'm looking out for me. And in the process of looking out for me, I'm looking out for my family and loved ones also. Learn to tell the devil no, and then learn to tell the urgent no. I have a little tract that is called The Tyranny of the Urgent. I only have one copy, so you can't borrow it. But I have this little tract, and in the tract, the author says, we waste a lot of time responding to the urgent instead of the important. Somebody comes along and invites us to one of their emergencies, and we feel compelled to go along. We feel guilty if we say no. Look, there's just time to say no. I have 24 hours like you have 24 hours. I have obligations, responsibilities, priorities, and I'm sorry, but some of your urgent things don't make the list. Now, a real emergency, that's a different story. But think back upon the so-called emergencies you've been called to attend to and help other people with, and tell me, how much of an emergency were they really? Yeah, I know, that's the way it works. So be very selective. You only have that 24 hours. You don't get any more. What are you going to do with those 24 hours? And you definitely don't want to get to the judgment seat, 2 Corinthians 5:10, and be trying this line on Jesus. Well, I was going to, Lord. I was going to get around to it, but, well, I just didn't have enough time. I don't think that's going to work. Everybody has 24 hours. And you need to be sure that you take care of your spiritual health first. And in that, your light will shine, and you will help other people, and you'll be in better shape to help other people if you nurture yourself first. Something to think about, give it some thought. Of course, put your comments below, and as always, have a great day.